Hello, John.
Hello, Alex.
I hate the fact that, like, metamorphosing basically God named Metamorpho named his kid Joey.
What? It's Metamorjo.
Yeah. But why is he not in a pouch, John?
Oh.
Why is he not in a pouch?
Well, that pouch isn't an element. He can only make elements.
Oh, yeah,
so it's just, see, always, he gave birth to a son to remind him of his failure. So that's going to go well.
Yeah. much like my father. Yeah, so we got Superman 2025. Before we start any kind of deep insights here, I would just like to say, because before this recording started, we were talking briefly about how we haven't watched the original Superman in a while. I did like how they used the original Superman theme as like the kind of leitmotif of this movie. Like they didn't like steal it, but there's like little bits and playoffs. So I thought it was nice. I thought it was well done.
No, it's nice, but sometimes it also kind of reminded me of how simple that is versus all the like orchestration they would put around it for certain things and just.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just tastes are different now, and that is more fitting to this movie, but it may be long for simpler times.
Yes. I was thinking of it because the original Superman is 50 years old or nearing that.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, how many people watching this are like have any like that's even like a sound reference, you know?
Yeah, well, they should. It's great. I mean, like when there was like a Lego Batman that came out where you played as the Justice League, and whenever you were Superman, it would play that theme when you flew around, and man, that got me. That did the whole nostalgia thing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not again it. Yeah, so I thought it was good. And also for a James Gunn movie, I like that he didn't do my entire movie's emotional stakes are based on the pop song I like that's playing. Like he made a movie, not like a big music video.
Yeah, he didn't let the music just do a lot of the work. And he does hold back a little bit from his also like I need to undercut any moment of sincerity. Because I mean some of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, particularly the last one to me was like way too maudlin. I'm like, I get what it was because it's supposed to say goodbye to these beloved characters that we spent 2 movies with, but whatever, fine. But there's a lot of times where he will try to do something and then immediately undercut it with a joke, which he does in this for sure. The big moment, one of the big moments anyway, does that. But it had built up enough goodwill, and I thought was sort of fun and light enough that it didn't bother me that much.
Yeah. I thought this was very not James Gunny, which is a good thing, even though I on record, I like James Gunn a lot, but he's done enough films and he has fallen into the trap of just kind of making, not the same movie, but pretty close to like tonally a lot of the same movies. Like the Suicide Squad is very Guardians of the Galaxy. Like,
I mean, he's got a vibe he likes that he cultivates. And I think this is like light rock James Gunn. Which I think, I mean, even going back to something like Super and some of his earlier stuff, which is a lot more edgelord James Gunn, he still kind of has some of that same kind of vibe, but here it feels even more sanded down. Which is, I don't think is a bad thing.
No, I think it works really well. I think it works with the character too. And this is, I'm not a big like Superman comic book guy, so, I can't really speak on him too much. Like, I mean, I've read a fair amount over the years, but, not a guy I like. But this is the one that felt the most kind of Superman-y to me. Like I like they hung a bit of a hat on it, but I like the bluntness of like when he's like, yeah, well, maybe kindness is the new punk rock. Mm-hmm. Like it's a little on the nose, but I'm like, man, I actually do I resonate with that as a Superman vibe.
The portrayal of him, you have these intractable problems with Superman where he is invincible and a Superman can kind of just do whatever. I think they navigate that pretty well by like starting off with him getting his ass kicked. So you can see like, well, maybe he's not dead, but he's certainly injurable. I have a lot of questions about that, but the movie does a decent enough job of moving through that without completely hand waving it away.
By that, you mean his how much he can be injured?
Why? Okay. The robots in general, I kind of don't get because it's the Fortress of Solitude, but I know that's canonically that's in the comics or whatever. Why does it matter? His arm is injured. Oh, his lungs are injured. The treatment's the same. Put him in the sun. Who cares?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, But again, I'm sure there's comic book reasons or something.
No, it's like Star Wars, or like just throw him in the fucking back to tank. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, why do you care what your injuries are?
Right.
Yeah.
Just put him in the sun. Because later he doesn't care either. He's just, I need the sun. Also, just like I was thinking about, because I think there's a moment in the Zack Snyder one. He can like hear or sense a whole bunch of stuff, but then he's like able to hone in on Lois. And just that idea of that would drive you insane, which clearly Zack Snyder's Superman, it did. And he's a nut job and really creepy towards Lois, which they kept a little bit of that in here, which was good when he breaks into her apartment, but it's nice. But
I guess that is creepy. I didn't really think about that that way.
It's a little weird, but it doesn't feel as bad in this one because in the Zack Snyder one, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Or like when he knows like Crypto's out there and he's like, yeah, I know Crypto's out there. He's scared and alone. Yeah, so are a lot of dogs. The movie focuses more on that emotional stakes for him rather than being like, is he doing the most good? Or you like, it's just looking at it. It questions that good and evil dichotomy by even questioning like his actions in the Middle East or, you know, wherever Jihadapur and Bulgaria is or whatever, Boravia.
Yeah, I think that's what this movie does the best, because one of the main problems with Zack Snyder Zack Snyder, but that like him being a god and he can hear everything at every second, like his big moral thing is just, you know, he's in a constant, you know, trolley problem, and it gets super grim dark. And this one's like, yeah, I want to save my dog in the city I live in. And I get like, you know, there probably is if you really want to think about the moral implications, but this movie doesn't want to. This movie wants to be like, and he is kind of a Superman that gets the shit kicked out of him. So you don't have to think about that. It's just like, it's in very, very heavy quotes, grounded Superman.
You could look at like all the destroyed buildings and all the other stuff that happens in the result of the big thing at the end, or even when the big monster thing shows up. But the movie goes out of its way to have him like save a squirrel, to have him do this. So you get the sense that, well, no one's hurt because he didn't save them, instead of just being completely negligent to the cries of humanity, like in the Snyder one. So it's like they did enough groundwork to be like, look, if someone was in trouble, he got to him. We're not going to show you every single moment that happened, but everyone's fine.
I did enjoy the kind of universe that gets built here, that everybody's so used to these guys that they're just standing there watching them fight.
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of running away, but like, just some idiot girl still there 5 minutes into the kaiju fight. You're like, what the fuck are you doing there? Like, run! But it's like, they're just used to it. Like that one scene where they're fighting an imp over his right shoulder, and he's like, I don't know, they got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It made me think of the bit in the Tom Holland, the first Spider-Man with Tom Holland, where like the guy sees Spider-Man, he's like, hey, Spider-Man, do a flip. And that's it. Like, it's all just very casual.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it tells you at the beginning that metahumans have been around for centuries now.
Yeah, I think he said 300 years they showed up.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I've forgotten most of my DC knowledge, so I don't know who this necessarily means. Jonah Hex?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure they'll come back in other movies. But that they've been around and people are familiar with them. But it also kind of makes you go, well, if they've been around that long, it kind of makes you wonder why this still seems kind of new in a lot of ways to these people. Like, that there's just now a squad of them getting together to do stuff. Again, I'm sure canonically they can tell us all about it. It's comic books.
Yeah, I wonder if it's more this is the first time I was trying to think if any of the other Justice Gang were, I guess they don't have to, I'm sorry, I'm vacillating whether any of them are actually aliens. Because Hawkgirl, it's like a reincarnated thing, but she's like kind of from Earth a bit. In the continuity I know, I don't really know her story super well. Green Lantern, I think, is a human, right?
Yeah, well, his whole thing is, he's conscripted, as he mentions, by the Green Lantern Corps to protect the.
But he was from like this planet. Like, he's from Earth. Yeah, and then Mr. Terrific's in it. So I wonder if maybe Superman's the first like official alien that ever showed up.
Yes, they keep making a big deal about that. So yes,
yeah. So maybe that's like the first time. That's why Lex is so pissed. He's like, "What the fuck? You're not even human. Like, I'm the best human, and this asshole shows up and ruins my shit."
Yeah, I don't know what the Wonder Woman connection in this is going to be, because in the one that we did already, that she was around in 1914, or she didn't prevent the Holocaust, and then is played by Gal Gadot.
Yeah, that was rough. I wonder. I mean, I guess they have to have her in it. I know there's they like rebooted DC somewhat recently, like, in the last 20 years or whatever. I know they're all like kind of younger. Like, I know Superman's like, I think they even got him back to like, he could just jump over buildings, like his old power set.
Oh yeah. They've rebooted that universe like 500 times. It just happens.
Yeah. So I wonder if like, he's going to use that where it's like, they're all just kind of new and trying to figure shit out. So like Wonder Woman's like they've been on that weird island and she's just found out about the world of man, or,
I
she
don't.
rolls in for the first time.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. Just please not Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty established that she's not going to.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. The fact that they didn't keep Henry Cavill around, because as much as those movies weren't good, that guy would have been a good Superman if someone bothered to write a good script for him.
I got to say, I do like him as Superman. The movies just were bad.
Yeah.
And I like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. But those, that was a bad movie.
Yeah, I don't think the Ben Affleck thing is a problem other than the movies it was in.
That's what I mean,
yeah, like George Clooney would have been a good Batman. They just didn't write a Batman movie. They wrote this fucking parody, like it's, it was none of their fault except for the kid that plays the Flash is kind of shit at times.
I don't like him. But that leads us to talk about David Cornsweet or Cornsweet. I don't know how you say it. I just like saying Cornsweet. Being from the Midwest.
I'm assuming that's how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds like something like, I got the corn sweats. I've been in.
Yeah, I mean, you would know about that. That's
that's what I mean.
The world. Yeah.
But I like him. I think he's really good for this role. Like he has that perfect amount of wholesomeness and golly gee, aw shucksness.
Yeah, I think he nailed the tone really well. Not to go back to that like kindness is punk rock thing. I think that's really perfect for Superman. And I like that he's not so golly gee. Like he knows the world has issues, but still chooses to be kind of upbeat and
right. But like there's
good about it.
But that's the thing. Like there's this homespun wisdom element to him, and like you get that from his family, like the way his dad talks to him. It's like, oh yeah, it's just that. It's this like, well, you do what you can. But I also a tiny touch. And they do kind of specifically mention it, but I do love this, that he loves breakfast for dinner. Like that seems like such a Boy Scout good boy kind of thing.
That's true.
Breakfast is the most wholesome meal of the day.
It's funny because I didn't take that scene where he breaks into Lois's place, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because they've only been dating for 3 months. I can't imagine he actually has a key. And her reaction, she's not expecting him there.
Yeah. I mean,
but what's funny is when I watch it, I was thinking, and I think it's a testament to David Cornsweet. I was thinking that's Clark is just like, oh, dude, you can't cook her. Like, you have to ask consent before going to her apartment. And it didn't even occur to me that this is a god that broke in.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, oh, that's my dorky reporter that I'm dating. Not like, because the difference was so strong in my head between the two performances.
Yeah, well, but I think it's also that when she finds him in there, that he's cooking her breakfast instead of him being like, you didn't text me back, so I came over.
I really found myself liking the person that played Lois.
The marvelous Miss Maisel herself.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, Rachel Brosnahan.
I've seen a little bit of it, and I guess I just didn't recognize her. But I really like that they cast an adult. There's so much kind of, I guess Amy Adams was a person of age, but like there's so much kind of a seasoned reporter that's 22 in these kind of worlds.
Well, it's just like the Resident Evil thing where all these Resident Evil characters are like 25, like he's been in the special forces and he's an ace fighter pilot and he served in Nam somehow.
Exactly. And this is, she's an ace reporter and it's like, she's like 32 or whatever. Like she's an appropriate age to be that. And not that David Cornsweet looks like, like he doesn't look old, but like he looks like he's in his 30s. And I mean, obviously he could play late 20s, but like, I like that this isn't 24-year-olds doing it because I struggled to, when they're that young, I struggle to put any gravity behind their stuff. Cause just like, there's like no wisdom behind their eyes.
A lot of those CW shows I would watch and it'd be like Green Arrow, something like she's aiming to be the DA. And it's like, she is 22. Like, no.
Exactly.
But whatever.
That show, that whole Arrowverse was very, very heavy on that, where I guess they're rich white people, so I guess it's not that hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I like that actress a lot. I think Lois isn't. I think sometimes she's not a very like a meaty role, and I think that lady brought a lot to it. And for what she was in the film, I thought, I don't know, I was really into her. Actually, the more I go on about it, I think everybody's really well cast. My only minor quibble, and I guess maybe it's the joke, but I just don't get it, is I don't get the whole Jimmy Olsen, everybody wants to fuck him thing.
Oh, I just enjoyed that. Like, I really like Skylar Gisondo. I like him a lot. Like he was fun in Booksmart. He's great in the Righteous Gemstones. I like that he is this like crazy ladies man inexplicably. That
it is fun.
Yeah.
It gave me pause, but I'm not particularly attracted to men. So like, it's fine that I'm not like I'm not vibing with it. But it was one of those like, is this supposed to be like funny, or is he? Yeah, I don't know. But everybody else, like that kid that plays, he's not a kid, he's again in his 30s, but that kid that plays Mr. Terrific is so fucking good, and he makes up for it because I realized the first time I watched it, he was Darwin in that X-Men movie, the one with Kevin Bacon as the bad guy.
Yes.
And Darwin's whole thing is like literally he's unkillable, and he dies about 6 minutes after he's introduced. Spoiler alert for whichever one that was. And I was like, but I like that actor. I'm like, yes, he got another chance.
I like him, and I hate the character Mr. Terrific outside of this movie.
I think I'm with you.
Every time I've seen that character in a book, he's so stupid. The T on his face, he's like, there's a different Mr. Terrific that he's like, I don't know if it was his dad or something, but he's acting an homage for. Fair play written on his arms. Fuck fair play. You're hitting dudes with little spheres that you made. What are you talking about? Fair play. In the movie, you hit a guy in the back. Fair play. It's just really stupid. I also just get tired. I don't know. Super genius characters get old to me, but I like him in this because he doesn't have that, like, the same kind of prickliness that, say, like a Sherlock or like a, one of those, like, oh, I'm a super genius detective and I just don't know how to deal with human beings, or like House or whatever. He's just like upfront, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about your emotions. I don't care. He's not necessarily like making really snide comments. He's just very straightforward about everything. And
he does the super genius thing really well he's not, it's not insta solved, which a lot of those characters tend to like lean towards that. He couldn't figure out how to crack Luther's, encryption on the transdimensional MacGuffin or whatever, which is nice because another thing that a lot of these movies failed to do, especially with like the smart villain, is they don't establish that he is literally the smartest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in this one, Lex Luthor comes off as like, if his head wasn't so far up his own ass, that man could just like, if he, instead of wanting to kill Superman, decided, oh, I want to take over the world, he probably would have an easier time doing it.
Right. Yeah.
He's got that, like, I can see 80 moves ahead. He's so good, except he's, like that part where he's screaming, screaming about like, yeah, I know I'm jealous. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love this. Like, I love this performance.
No, Nicholas Hoult is great. It might be my favorite Luthor. I still have, some of it's nostalgia, but I still love the Gene Hackman Luthor, but he's great. And obviously a lot of hay has been made about, oh, it's like the other billionaires that are out there. No, Lex Luthor is smart is the thing. Like that he's a genius in a lot of different ways, not just how to get money, which seems to be like, if you're Elon Musk, you're a fucking dullard, except you know how to get money.
A lot of our geniuses are like, they're like 100 and, what's average IQ is 100. So they're like, 110, 120 IQ, but combination of lucky and had people give them money early. So like, no, I'm the world's biggest genius. It's like, no, you were the right age when the internet happened and your mom gave you $300,000 to start Amazon. This is like, you're not a genius. You're kind of smart and got lucky.
Peter Thiel is giving speeches about the Antichrist. It's like, what do you do? No, these aren't our smartest people. But I do like him. One thing I will say that bothered me both times I've seen this movie, not just Superman, but I can punch you a lot faster than you can say 10A. You know what I mean? Like that,
I see what you're saying.
That Luthor's plan involves this Ultraman, this masked Ultraman figure that he controls by shouting commands at him that he's built to, designed to counter Superman's every move. And so it's Luthor fighting by proxy through this guy. But it's like, I understand that's difficult in how you show that other than like Luthor in a Pacific Rim kind of situation. But him just shouting commands, it seems like this guy is faster than a speeding bullet. How is he missing this?
Very true. Also, not only is he shouting it, he's shouting it to another person that then has to input the command, and then the command has to be sent to the, I don't know, the brainstem of Ultraman.
Which is funny, but like as an underlying thing, this movie, for being about Superman, is much more communal than just everyone waits for Superman to take care of things. Because like Lois plays a huge role in this. I think is a big difference to some Superman's past, like that she's active, and people got mad about her flying this flying saucer. I don't care. They kind of hand wave that away where he's like, that? Yeah, they're like, well, that doesn't seem realistic. He specifically says, I made it stupid. It's intuitive. It's fine. It's also a comic. Like this movie has been at this tone the whole time. Like, why does this bother you? I say is I'm going to bring up several things that bother me,
but he has such a, like, his line is so, like, he literally gets the bragging Mr. Terrific line. It's like, it's very easy and also super intuitive. Like, it's both a character building moment and they fucking explain that they
basically, I think it's that a woman did something. I mean, this is the internet we're talking about. So who even knows if it's like 4 guys? Probably shouldn't be brought up.
Not to defend like shitheads on the internet hating women, because they 100% do. But I think sometimes nerd culture supersedes misogyny.
Yes.
Because this is the same argument people have that, like, Michael Myers couldn't figure out how to drive a car.
Yeah.
It's a car. There's 2 pedals and a wheel. It's of course he could. It's not that difficult. He's seen them before.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it ruins the whole movie. Michael Myers couldn't drive a car. It's 2 pedals and a wheel. You can figure that shit out.
Well, thank you for listening to This May Hurt a Bit. That means a lot.
I know. I'm pretty sure you've made that argument to me before, but like
I have, but it's because it's stupid, but it doesn't matter. Because yes, you could figure it out. You could figure it out. That like, and then like when the big final moments happen, and it's the Justice Gang showing up. It's that Superman asked them for help. You know, Mr. Terrific, the super genius, can't figure out something. He needs Superman's help. So, but even on the bad guy side, you have Lex Luthor shouting commands at people. Not just one against one, but it's also the how that power is used, yelling at underlings versus working together on things.
I do like that his underlings are also like super geniuses. Like that porn stash guy is like, he knows how to like open dimensional doors by himself. That's not like it. Like Lex didn't teach him that. Like that's like an astrophysicist or whatever.
Right.
Like that's a smart ass guy, but Lex is that much above.
Which on that while we're on the portals and that guy real quick, I love how janky the portal itself is. That like it's just this like metal tube, and it's like where it is. It's not some like super secret underground layer with a bunch of glowing lasers going to it or whatever. It's in a tent on the beach. That made me very happy.
Janky tube, and I think it's actually really effective. It's just bismuth crystals. Like everything is just those like weird crystal things, and that's it. It's I don't know. I found the kind of, I don't want to say naivety of this movie, but like there's like a simpleness to it that it really resonated with me. Yeah,
they didn't have to get super explaining with it. I mean, they also there's an anti-proton river down there. It will kill us. Not like it will reverse our molecular polarity, whatever. I don't know. I don't remember if he went into it or not, but it seemed like it was.
No, I think they just say it'll kill us.
Yeah, it was like, that's all you need. It's fine. That sounds scientific and something Mr. Terrific would know. While we're still on the topic of annoying complaints about stuff, do the robots have emotions or don't they, James Gunn?
I mean, does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because they say like, oh, if you said thank you, it wouldn't matter to me. And then when he says hello to the robot carrying him, she's like, oh, he noticed me. And then Alan Tudyk, once again, cast playing a role, doing an impression of James Urbaniak. It's like, oh, I wish you'd call me Gary. Why? You're a robot.
I mean, these are all good points.
They're great points.
I think what happened was James Gunn saw K2SO and said, I'm going to make 4 of those.
Yeah.
There might be a comic book aspect to this. I
think the Superbots are in there. I think that's in that All-Star Superman, which is a great comic, and they drew some inspiration for that. And also gave James Gunn a nice make work program for friends of his. Because like Michael Rooker does a voice, the woman that plays Pom Clementif. Yeah, she does a voice of another one. And speaking of sanding down James Gunn's some of his worst tendencies, Sean Gunn barely in the movie.
Sure,
might play a pivotal role in a future one, which that's a interesting casting choice for that, because he's playing Maxwell Lord, which is who Pedro Pascal played in the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that second Wonder Woman movie.
But like, he's much more of a conniving shithead. But I think having him kind of be this like gruffer guy is a nice counterpoint to Lex.
I think in the comics, it's a little bit more like the Sean Gunn version. I think he's just like a shithead billionaire. I think the 84 one was an outlier.
Yeah, no, that one's
I'm not entirely sure.
That one is way different because he's like, they try to kind of like trump him up a bit. Point is that he kicked the Sean Gunn can down the road instead of making me hang out with Sean Gunn.
Well, so I watch Peacemaker, which is lightly a sequel to James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and also sort of the sequel to Suicide Squad. Doesn't matter. But in the second season, they're trying to get new people into the Justice Gang, and Sean Gunn has one episode. He has quite a bit of screen time where he's judging various superheroes to see if they're worthy of joining his Justice Gang. So yeah, I think he's going to be there in the showing up for a scene or two in all of these.
That's fine. That's a scene or two is a good use of Sean Gunn.
I didn't know that he was in Gilmore Girls.
Neither did I. I didn't watch Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, apparently he was like a pretty, I don't know, main character, but like he was a big guy in Gilmore Girls. I had no idea. I thought he was just Sean Gunn's brother.
Yeah. No, you mean James Gunn's brother?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I'm my own brother. Yeah. No.
With the cloning and whatever, who knows these days.
Also, same thing with, I'll take Bradley Cooper cameos over a lot of Bradley Cooper.
I'm fine with that. I was slightly confused by that being Bradley Cooper. It's such a small role. It's very odd.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like him in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, where it's like, oh, all right. I did like him again. Speaking of the Righteous Gemstones, he had a role in the first episode of the last season, and he was very good in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like he's up and down for me because I really liked him in Licorice Pizza, but other times he just annoys the bejeebers out of me. So, but it's like you want to make someone iconic in the world of Superman filmed movies. You want to have Jor-El be someone of note. It can't just be some guy. Not that actors are just some guy, but you want a recognizable face, a big star.
I mean, you're true. He is continuing the tradition, yeah, because it was Marlon Brando, and then wasn't Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe was in the one where they shot a crushed up skull into a baby's penis. They did that in Man of Steel.
What?
In Man of Steel, it's like a crushed up skull or skeleton or something that gets put into a laser, and then they shot it. They shoot it into the baby, but it looks like it's going into the baby's penis.
Oh, I don't remember that. I'm
maybe that was a dream.
Trying to forget that movie, but I'm lightly trying to forget that movie. The other acting performance that it's a glorified cameo. Have since 1992 loved Michael Ian Black. I've listened to Mike and Tom Eat Snacks, his podcast with Tom Cavanaugh, also from the CW, the Flash universe.
Oh,
I love that man. And the fact that he shows up as like a conservative talk show host was so pleasing to me because he is left of left, and him doing like the kind of right wing sucking left Luther's dick shtick was very pleasing to me.
I disagree with him being left of left, but I do think his smarmy assholeness plays well into that. I think he's more.
I thought he was all like super lefty.
He's more centrist left.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He would get in arguments on when it was Twitter all the time with. But there's always someone more left. Basically, it's online. But more my point is,
I have a very select viewpoint of kind of references from other podcasts and whatever. He seems very left, but he could be right there.
I mean, where we're at right now, he's left as hell.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I thought that was perfect casting because just like he can get that real asshole like Tucker Carlson, what's going on kind of thing down real good. And I kind of I would not mind seeing more of that character. I thought it was sort of judiciously used. And I liked the little Peacemaker cameo in that as well.
That was fun. I was not expecting to see that. And it goes on for just long enough in the background of him talking about like the other superheroes are jealous because he's more swole than them or whatever.
But and just also how quickly he turns platforming Lex Luthor being a piece of shit. Like Lex Luthor's like anti-immigrant, anti-alien thing into being like, well, he fooled me, which is terrible. Rather than being like, well, I fully agree and I hate Superman. It's like, well,
yeah, I feel like that's going to be a runner in these
probably like
James Gunn,
your J.
DCU
Jonah Jameson kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, not the next because apparently the next one is Supergirl, which there's a teaser trailer and it seems like she's bouncing around other planets.
Well, the thing about that, and there's a little thing at the end where the dog Crypto, which I have some opinions about, he's been fostering the dog, and it turns Supergirl shows up to grab it, and it's that actress from House of the Dragon. Is that trailer is like, I don't know, it didn't do much. The teaser didn't do much for me other than being like, oh, okay, yeah, advertise your movie with dog piss. That sounds cool. Because at the very beginning, there's the dog pees on a picture.
Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't remember that part.
Like, oh man, what if a 20-something girl was all like a crazy party person or all like messed up? And it's like, well, you already kind of did that with Jessica Jones. That isn't to say that that's Marvel, but that's just kind of an archetype. But the way the movie was kind of advertised, it kind of felt like this is a way for them to try to like open up DC You're going to be like, hey, other people that aren't just guys in wraparound Deadpool t-shirts, you can enjoy these superhero movies too. But then I don't know if like they would still go see it. I don't know. I'm just saying it doesn't look interesting to me.
It's very possible that that's the idea, that it's going to be a, not to say that's the girl movie, but that they're going to like do that market like they tried with the Brie Larson one. What was her name? Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's like, you can do that. That's one of the things I love about Andor. Is this like, yeah, it's in the Star Wars universe, but it's a completely different sort of thing than what, than your Skywalkers and lightsabers. And I don't mind them using that as a vehicle for telling other stories. I think it's a great vehicle for that, but it's just, I think comic book movies are a harder pull for that, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be forced to watch it. I live in the society. I feel like
we do live in a society.
In a society. You are a fan of the Nicholas Winding Refn, right?
Yes,
This is
yep.
Apparently the hideous looking dictator from Latveria or whatever is like in all of his movies. Like they're like,
I don't know all of them, but like, yeah, he's in Pusher, or at least like one of the Pusher movies, if not multiple of them. And then he was in Copenhagen Cowboy, which I enjoyed a lot.
So how'd you like seeing what, as far as I know, Nicholas Winding Refn is, let's say tonally not this.
Yes.
Seeing this man as the
he was fun. Like he was ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that whole thing was the runner of that Superman has this harem. Is very funny and like taps into such great racism, frankly, that like that sexual, oh my God, they're coming for the white women. And it was very, very judicially done. Although I did one of those like movie quizzes that was like, guess the movie from the reviews, or like little snippets people have. And the first one is movie redacted was good, but now I have to explain to my 6-year-old what a harem is.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, his take on that was fun, where he does and he particularly likes the Batverian women. He does like a sexy kind of dance. And not to, you shouldn't judge someone on their looks, but this is one of the ugliest people that's ever lived.
He's a weird looking guy.
Yeah. I shouldn't say that. Like he was probably, maybe he's not here to be glamorous.
Well, yeah, he looks like a crazy old European guy.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be really good at like backgammon. That guy's been one of those things where they beat you over the back with like a fir tree.
Yeah.
Russian sawdust like that. Yeah. Oh, it's good. It's the only way you learn how your blood gets through skin. The other thing I liked about Lex is it happens a couple times. Like one is where he's talking to Michael Ian Black's office. He actually seems like he's a nice guy when he's not on his shit. Like he's got like a charisma to him when he's like treating people as equals. Like at one point he was like genuinely concerned for someone's life. When the engineer, that like nanite lady, like he seemed like concerned for her, and he's like, oh, he actually like kind of cares about people in a weird way.
It presents something where it's like you can see how he got to this position, that not just the smarts that he can glad hand around.
And speaking of forgettable characters, we're 39 minutes in, and this is the first time we referenced the Nanitatron.
Yeah.
Nanu.
The convenient for plot purposes to move the plot along. Yeah. Second time around, watch this movie, really didn't like that character. The engineer is part of the Authority, which is an interesting comic book team. And nothing necessarily against the actress. She was okay, I guess. Because they made Ultraman, so Ultraman couldn't speak. You like needed to have a henchman, a more powerful henchman that could talk, and he's fine. I don't know. It wasn't that taken with her ability. It didn't seem like she was that much of a threat.
Yeah, and just was there. There was a very, very stupid scene where they're busting up the Fortress of Solitude, and she like turns around by doing a handstand and then morphing her body to like spin around.
Yeah, her head comes out of her butt.
That's next level dumb.
Well, it was just super awkward. Like, so imagine she is jumping at someone, like hands first, and then morphs that way so she ends up kicking them and lands on her feet. Or something like she dives out of the way and morphs so she ends up landing on her feet. That's something that's dynamic, whatever. This was just this really clumsy, like flip. Now I'm this thing.
Very weird.
And also, if it was me personally, maybe, have fun with it. They're your nano machines. Why are you making things that spin and all? Just a fine point. Just turn your arms into spears. Boom, boom, boom. A lot faster.
Yeah, T2 style.
Yeah.
The other aspect of this is that she says that she gave up her most of her humanity to join Lex on this
thing. Very natural line.
Oh, I wasn't even getting there because it's like whatever.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's
I know
but,
writers that use subtext, they're all cowards.
yeah, but why is there a whole legion of Lex bots? What are they called? Sentinels? What the
Raptors.
Raptors? Why not just make all them out of nanites? Because she was doing pretty damn good job at beating Superman by like getting all the nanites in his throat, which was
Yeah.
a very cool scene when he threw it back up. But like now if they're like, let's say 6 engineers,
Yeah.
or let's say hundreds like they do of the Raptors, they could have won easily.
Yeah, I don't, maybe limited amount of whatever materials that he needed to do that. Maybe he didn't want someone more powerful. If a bunch of them were together, that could be too much. So always thinking ahead. Don't know. But it was just because they kind of set her up at the beginning like that she's going to be a bigger threat for Superman, and she really isn't. Because then they just shift gears to be like, no, it's Ultraman. I feel like you could have just done one or the other. Which this is the second movie we've done in a row that features a black hole and a bad guy getting sucked into a black hole. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I guess he does get sucked into the black hole.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Which is the plausible because for the final fight, it's revealed that Ultraman is a clone of Superman, but he's dumb and Lex Luthor has him under his control, and so they're evenly matched fighting wise. And Superman ends up beating him by having him get tossed into a black hole, which I think is one of those like Batman the animated series, like knock someone off the top of a very tall building, but they land in water, so they're fine. Like he'll come back.
When I saw that, my first thought when he was revealed that it was a clone of Superman was they're going to do Brainiac.
Oh,
Bizarro.
Oh, Bizarro.
Yeah.
And they could,
like,
I mean,
maybe,
because they've already established that he's dumb, like maybe he gets
Yeah.
sent back there and they teach him wrong talk or whatever.
Yeah, because there's like a Bizarro planet that's like square and everybody's like him. I don't think like James Gunn will go that far, but like I could see he gets sent through the portal and now he's, on Bizarro World, and he comes back as that, because I feel like that's a character that James Gunn could have a lot of fun with as a tertiary on the side plot.
Yes, but we'll see how he treats it if Woke 2 happens or if Trump gets a third term, because I think like super era James Gunn would have a lot different moves on the Bizarro planet, a planet full of large, slow people. Would probably be a little meaner.
Yeah, I can 100. Yeah. Follow what you're saying.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll be dead by then. So
yeah, but well, we could either outcome. I just hope I'm dead. That was fine, but it really is, because the centerpiece is really him versus Lex Luthor and the brain versus brawn to some degree. And I like that is really more solved with heart, that it's the caring, like that when he gives that big final speech about that I'm a human, like he finds out that Lex Luthor is against him, that his parents actually sent him here to take over the world, which I thought was a cool twist, because like
was. A lot of
Jor-El,
the nerds got mad at that.
Yeah. I don't owe Jor-El anything, fuck him. But that he's like, I'm still human though, because I make I'm still vulnerable emotionally and I have to make the same choices and I get scared and stuff like that. And that's when it's undercut by Crypto coming in again and beating the shit out of Lex Luthor, which they went to that well.
Oh, that's right.
A lot. I got a little tired of Crypto by the end of the movie. He's a bad dog, and yeah.
I thought I enamored with most of this movie, but like with most superhero movies, I don't think this one is as bad, but it has a like final act problem. It's just,
oh yes,
the fight with Ultraman takes too long. It's just, it's just a little, like, we all know what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of takes a little bit long, but I like a lot of the kind of set pieces, but it just goes too long. And you're right. I think Crypto is like literally one too many. The Ultraman thing just goes on a little long.
Well, because I think you got the Ultraman and the engineer, and then like this MacGuffin of the universe ripping apart is happening as well, and it's like they feel kind of separate to one another. The universe isn't being ripped apart by Ultraman. Ultraman's also just trying to kill Superman. So it's, on one hand, you got the like, yeah, Superman has to face multiple threats at all times or something, but it just would have been nice if they were more in the story together and not just two different things happening.
Yeah, it is a little, it's kind of overlapping and they don't really have much to do. Like when Mr. Terrific's like, Superman, you got to get back here. Like I can't do this without you. Like, what's he going to do? Like hold it together? Like he's a strong guy. It's a little rough on that, but I'm kind of forgiving it because the rest of the movie I thought was strong enough. And I did like, I think it's a direct fuck you, Zack Snyder, when the little kid holds up the Superman flag. I think that's like a little bit of that fuck you to that grimdark shit from the Zack Snyder days.
That their hope is Superman, but who does show up? Some other people. It's not all just dependent on one guy. Granted, these are still superheroes, but that there's power in numbers, and there's power in not just leaning on one super benevolent person to save you.
Nathan Fillion in this movie is, I don't know that there's another human that could have been as perfect as this version of Green Lantern.
Guy Gardner is a piece of shit, and you could have gone like the more snide Ryan Reynolds way, but I like that it's more kind of true to the comic book that he's more of just like a brute force idiot.
Yeah.
And like Nathan Fillion's kind of stunt casting at this point. Like, he's going to show up in one of these movies or whatever, but I like him in this, and it's also good for him for like getting launched to more fame with Joss Whedon and the Dr. Horrible and some of that, and then hitching his star to a different nerd, being like, oh, I'll move over here.
Because when he shows up and saves the kid, he's like, hey, Sarah's not here, but you got an upgrade or whatever.
Yeah.
And then his fight style is him just like making giant hands flip tanks over with the middle finger.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun.
Well, yeah, and then like everything he makes is stupid. Like when they're fighting the big monster thing, and he has like the oil drill thing, like trying to hit its eye, and it's like, this sucks. That's gross. Or like when it's just the bat fighting the interdimensional monster, and it's just, you hear that hollow bonk bonk. Yeah, I love it. Powerful but stupid. Beautiful stuff.
And the Metamorpho, it took me to the second time watching it. I didn't realize that's the fucking guy from Barry.
NoHo Hank.
Kerrigan. Yeah.
Which is funny because one of the military guys they're sitting around the table is one of the cops from Barry that like arrests him, or like that was in the military with him. Yeah, same actor.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah,
because Frank Grillo's there, and
right,
he's crossed universes because he was that guy in the elevator with Captain America that one time.
Well, so did Wendell Pierce. Wendell Pierce crossed universe because I think he's in Thunderbolts. He's like a senator. Yeah. In fact, I think we talked about it on that episode. Yeah.
Yeah, because he talks to Bucky in that like party scene. Yeah. I mean, Hawkgirl's pretty forgettable. I mean, she's a terrible character, but that lady, she did what she. Fine.
There's a lot of kind of introducing, like, we're gonna see more of these characters later, because like most of the Daily Planet people just sort of flesh out the Daily Planet a little bit. Like, I love Beck Bennett, but like his role isn't that substantial. It doesn't need to be, but it's like,
that's the guy that likes his cats.
Yeah, the guy with the mustache. And,
yeah.
And then like the platinum haired, gray haired woman. I don't know.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, I don't know what her whole deal is, but she's there too.
Okay, so she's Cat Grant.
Sure, she is,
and she is dressed in such a specific way that's got to be a comic book thing.
Seems like it.
And I think Cat Grant, because I watched some of that Supergirl show, and I think Cat Grant in that one was like, who that lady that was married to Harrison Ford?
Calista Flockhart. I
think it was her. She was like the head editor of like the newspaper, and looked nothing like this lady. So like there's like multiple differences in like where this came from, and I do not know what the fuck this person is supposed to be.
Yeah, but it's just like, so it's to show that there's more people at the Daily Planet than just Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
Yeah, the Jimmy thing is so weird with the fuckability, but when it's introduced that like he doesn't want to go with Miss Tessmacher, who is like very conventionally attractive,
Mm-hmm.
like she's like kind of Margot Robbie adjacent, like this is a very attractive woman, and he doesn't want to go with her because she's got toes that look like shrimp or something.
Yeah,
what was
she's in his phone as mutant toes.
Mutant toes.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to get from that, Mr. Olsen? Like what, like or Mr. Gunn, like what am I supposed to think about Jimmy Olsen here? I'm baffled
that he's just a playboy, and he doesn't know emotions. He's not a player. He just crushes a lot.
Yeah. Is this like that in Game of Thrones when Tyrion's squire like got refunds at the brothel because he was so good at fucking, and it was like kind of a runner for 2 episodes?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that like this kind of vibe? Like it's just kind of like, it's just dumb.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, he's a sweetheart. Look at him. Like, he seems like a nice guy, but
he calls her mutant toes. What a piece of shit.
Not to her face. But she also like, she seems like she's got problems. That.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying she's marriage material. I'm just saying like he's being like extra mean, like putting someone in your phone as mocking one of their body. Like, I'm a piece of shit and I wouldn't do that. Like, that's rough, bro.
But she's still in his phone. You know what I mean? It's like, well, just in case. Because I think you needed that one shot of like the two younger reporters or whatever in the corner, like looking at Jimmy and being like, oh God. Otherwise, it would seem like he's the only one that dated her. And you know what I mean? Like that they're a previous relationship and he hates her. But then that contextualizes him to be more of a playboy.
It's very strange. But I did like that plot point of her being dumb, but also she's like really smart. Because I forget if Miss Tessmacher in the first ones did that too. But it's revealed that like, so she's taking selfies throughout the movie and don't think about it. It's just, she's taking selfies because she's arm candy. And then, but it's revealed that what she's doing is like literally taking pictures of really sensitive shit over her shoulder so she could later blackmail Lex Luthor. And like, ooh, that's nice. Cause I certainly didn't see it coming the first time I watched it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, maybe there's some parallels there between Jimmy and Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor, like one of his previous girlfriends he locked her up in a parallel universe where there's no one there, no sunlight or anything.
That's true.
Because she wrote a mean blog about him and that, you know, hey, you can be a playboy, just don't do that.
Yeah.
That's why he's
so like
the
life
opposite.
without Jimmy Olsen is like life without the sun.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
You know, it just occurred to me now, small aside, and we both seen this movie more than once and we didn't bring it up. So I feel like it's not that big of a deal. But you know, it's probably a really bad costume for someone who gets their powers from the sun. You're having your entire skin covered by really dark black and wearing a helmet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like Ultra, that seems like aggressively bad costuming since he runs off the sun.
That's a good point. I'm surprised that I'm sure that he over-engineered it so it's like more efficient or something.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm just making this up, but I do like the idea because I think this is what one of our idiot billionaires would do, our idiot geniuses that would be like, no, I made it better. I fixed this problem that didn't exist.
Exactly. The other people we didn't talk about are Clark's parents, and I think they both did a pretty good job. I think they got it across, but the dad I felt was I had a bit of a disconnect with him.
Well, yeah, they kind of keep him a little bit at arm's length because they want to have him be, you know, he's not too forward with his emotions, but when the time comes, he's going to say something. He's like your silent Bob.
Yeah.
He's when it comes down to it, he's going to have some words of wisdom. It's fine. I mean, I really like the mom, just a bit of her like yelling into the phone.
Yeah, the mom I like, and her going like, Clark, there's something on the box you got to see.
Yeah.
I like her saying on the box. That's fun.
Well, and them seeing exceptionally old to be Clark's parents. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they seem like they're like he crash landed when they were in their 30s or 40s.
I laughed out loud when they did at the end when they replaced his the Kryptonian message from his parents with like, oh, would you like to see the video of your parents?
Yeah.
And they show that guy in like an emo wig to show that he's younger. Did you see that? It's so bad. It's like, have you ever seen, I don't think you watched the show, but have you ever seen the meme of when they did the flashback from Dexter?
Yes.
When yeah, it's that exact thing of they just threw a shitty wig on him and it's like, no, that's like a 60-something-year-old man with a wig on.
Yeah. It's a low bar to clear to be like, well, this was better than Man of Steel. But I do like that they don't delve too much into his past in that way. In Man of Steel, there was this big runner of like, you have to hide who you are, to the point that I will kill myself in a tornado rather than have you save me. Whereas this just seemed much more like, no, we just raised you right. Like we just raised you to be a good person and like not have to, you know, you kind of,
which really makes sense for the character.
Yeah. Like that it's just this nice way. Like, why would you be using your superpowers? You don't need to do that. There ain't no need to fuss. Just calm down. Yeah, I liked them a lot. They were sweet.
There's a comic called Red Sun, which posits a world where Superman lands in Russia or the USSR, and you know what he turns into because of where he lands. You know, nature versus nurture and kind of thing. And this is like very like telling of the opposite side of that. Like, hey, just landed on these like just bland farmer types. Like they're just genuine salt of the earth, nice people, and yeah, they're not like fucking Kevin Costner being like, this is the most dramatic, grim, dark thing. If anybody finds out, what are they gonna do? Kill him? You know, what's the fucking downside here?
Look, it'll be a headache for me. So if you could just let me die in a tornado, that'd be way better. I get it. I support that. But no, same thing like with Jor-El and his mom, where they're like, okay, you're gonna go to Earth and you're gonna fucking rule these people. It's not even like mean or like we will control the universe. It's like these people are idiots. You're better than them, and you can rule them, and make sure that they live right under your horrible, horrible reign.
Yeah.
And I like that soft touch with that.
Like, you don't want to admit to it, but like, they've got a point. Like he is objectively better than us. Like I'm not saying I agree to have Superman rule us, but like this isn't one of those like, you know, like a Hitler, like, oh yeah, if you're blonde and blue eyed, you're like better than everybody. Like just as arbitrary two traits. This is like, no, this guy can lift a building and fly, shoot lasers out of his eyes. Like you legitimately, maybe he should run the place.
Right. He was raised right, so he doesn't have to.
And Lex, I guess, wasn't?
No, we don't know too much. I mean, I don't know too much about Lex Luthor's dad because I never watched Smallville, but I don't know if that's canonical.
Well, his dad in Smallville is one of my favorite character actors.
Yeah, John Glover.
Yeah, he's in Gremlins 2, and he had this wonderful show called something to do with demons.
Brimstone.
And Brimstone. I loved that show. And it got canceled after like one season. Yeah. No one watched it, but like that man is so
the devil
fucking
in that, right?
Yeah. He was like the devil or the devil's son or something. Yeah. Fun character actor. I hope he's in the sequel as Lex's dad.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, and I think it did a good, you know, we've been talking about all this canonical stuff, but like I think it did that stuff very well where it wasn't like, huh? You get it, folks. It was, you know, it was, if you're going to reboot Superman, this is the way to do it. Treats for the nerds, just a decent, fun movie for the rest of us.
I
said us like I'm not a nerd.
yeah, but you know, we're slightly adjacent to this style of nerd. I was watching it's either Screen Crush or New Rockstars. Just shout out to both of them, good channels that are into nerd stuff. And one of them pointed out that like the reason Superman doesn't care about that scene where like Green Lantern is hitting that thing in the background with the big dumb bat is that he says, oh, that's like an intergalactic imp. That's a reference to Mxyzptlk, which like he just shows up to fuck with Superman and then leaves. He's not like an actual threat. So he's just like, oh yeah, they can play with him, which I'm like, I like that as a reference. I didn't get it, but then when it's explained to me, like that's a really fun reference. If you're on that nerd level that you'd pick up on that and go, oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, I think it's also, if that is the case, it's covered up by the fact that he's emotionally despondent in that moment. That it is, again, like, and that leads into the whole, like, I got to go rescue Crypto because he's scared.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you were more concerned about the character beats than, you know, going, hey, do you get that he's Jesus?
Which, oh, I get it. That's why every scene he came down from the clouds with a halo around him out of sunlight. Oh, Zack Snyder, you did it again.
This is a thing that I wanted to bring up. You know, we're movers and shakers in Hollywood. People's careers rise and fall on our say so. I would like superhero movies to stop doing that weird fisheye flying at the lens thing. They did it in Black Adam and it looks stupid, and they do it in this and it looks bad. When it's like his face like is right there and I don't like that.
That's
shot.
the exact one when you referenced that earlier, that's the exact shot I was thinking of. And I know they didn't do this because I saw how they shot that, but it looks like his head is digitally attached to his neck, the way he moves his head. But that's just the way he was moving his neck. But like, it doesn't read properly. What's funny about that scene though is, you know what's CGI in that?
What's that?
His hair.
Weird.
They put a bald cap on him and CGI'd his hair because it was every time they blew the fan at him enough, it just ended up getting kind of slicked back and looked stupid.
Sure.
That their solution, and it works out because I didn't notice it, was they put a ball cap on him and then CGI'd hair. It's like, oh, I didn't notice that part.
There were a couple of times where his hair got a little messed up, and I was just like, would that actually happen with superhero hair? Which is a dumb thought to have, but I was brave enough to have it.
I had that with his suit would kind of clean itself somewhat frequently over the course of the film.
Yeah. But I just don't like. I think it looks weird, and it doesn't really inspire awe at all. It's just, I don't like it.
That's not my favorite thing in the film. It is kind of weird.
Going back a little bit to talking about like I killed this guy, no I didn't, how they kind of would go out of your way to show that, like, oh no, I'm going to spin around and just fire my heat vision at all these guys, but they're fine. They fell out of the sky, but you can see them get up. They're fine. Don't worry about it.
100%. I was including that in the third act issues or fourth act or whatever. Like it's pretty dumb. But I kind of writing it out, like that whole end bit is, I'm just going to write it off of like, I got a good movie before this stuff happened. I'm all right.
It's fine. Which, I already kind of like referenced this, but I just want to specifically put a button on it. That Mr. Terrific fight was fantastic. That was probably my favorite fight in the entire thing. For as much as I hate Mr. Terrific as a character, outside of this movie, I did enjoy that fight scene.
And a lovely performance from Lois Lane there, where you can hear her get slightly horny for him when she's like, oh, wow. Like there was oh, shit. Like, all right, maybe I got a little something with another guy here.
Also, weird minor point to bring up. The problem, like nerds are angry about her flying. The real issue is her pants suck. She wore a bunch of stupid pants in this movie. I did not like her pants.
I didn't notice. I
don't know. I just didn't like her pants. The end.
That is the kind of detail I like to focus on. I'm sad at myself for not picking up on it.
It might just be a style I don't like. I don't know. I didn't like the pants.
Is there anything we didn't touch on? I mean, I think we got all like the major. Oh, I liked the prison, like how he's kept by that metamorpho guy that turned his hand into. All that's fun reference, but that keeping the baby out of the river thing was maybe 10% too silly. Like I didn't hate it, but it was a little. It kind of kept going. I don't understand why the raptor was like, because Superman's in this river trying to hold this baby, being attacked by a raptor, raptor, not a rapper, shooting him with some laser or something that every time he hits him, Superman would kind of go under and try to keep the baby up. Why would he just go bang, bang, bang? I was just blah, 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 empty a clip into Superman. But like use logic.
Yeah. I mean, it does matter, but that scene just went on too long. Was really just what it is for me.
And that kid being named Joey is stupid. We talked about crypto a fair bit. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just to go back to it. What's that guy's name that plays Luthor?
Nicholas Hoult.
Is so fucking good.
He's great.
He's one of those guys that the first time I saw him, maybe it was X-Men. I wasn't won over by him. I didn't, but like almost every single performance like gets better and better for him. Like it's just like, oh, I like that more than the last. Now it's just like, oh, I actually am looking forward to him in films.
Yeah. Just the seething hatred was just so great.
Yeah, his screaming was great and still came across as like kind of, he still had like a charisma to him. It felt like the Gene Hackman performance, but I think I don't want to say it's a better performance, but I liked it better.
Yeah, it's certainly more fitting for this movie. And I like that they focused on the way to defeat him. Really, like the crypto thing was a joke because of course it was, but that really it's just hurting his pride. That's how you really get at Luthor.
Yeah.
That it's like his kind of sadness at the end has nothing to do with like, any sort of reflection on what's happening. It's just like, you made me look stupid in front of everyone and I hate you now.
He's so good. The rumor for the next movie is going to be there's some comic where him and Superman have to team up to fight Brainiac. It's called like The Best of Both Worlds, possibly. I haven't read it, but I'm there for that. Like if they can get a script that's decent, I'm very there for that.
One of my favorite, like I was a fan of the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, and one of my favorite bits of that is that Lex Luthor at the end of the first season, basically like Brainiac like fuses with Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor like becomes a god essentially, and they're able to beat them and separate them. And the whole second season is Lex Luthor being like, I need that back. I kiss
fun.
the divine and I want that back so bad. And I just love that motivation. That'd be cool if it ends up that way.
I like that. That was a good show too. I like that they kept having, I think it was Jeffrey Combs, right? That was
he was the question
or whatever. Yeah. That's so cool. Just some guy without a face. That's like a weird conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. And he, that also has one of my favorite Lex Luthor bits where he and the Flash like switch minds.
I know exactly.
And then and then like Lex Luthor is like running around the Justice League headquarters as the Flash. They know it's him, and he gets into the bathroom. He's like, well, at least I can figure out his identity. He pulls off the mask and is like, I have no idea who this is. Clancy Brown is so funny with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like this. I'm looking forward to the next ones. I'm so done with superhero movies.
I'm very much in the same boat, and I think as long as it doesn't get up its own ass about connecting everything, because that can really hurt and get tiresome. It's just keep it light. It's fun. Let it be fun.
Yeah, I've been saying for a while that like the superhero thing it's been going on for too long, and in the past it would have been replaced by pirates or robots or like whatever the next thing we get obsessed with, and it hasn't been. But this is the first one that like I am curious how this goes. And we all know it's going to turn into the same shit about 3 movies deep.
Right.
But I am looking forward to watching those 3 movies.
Yeah. It's nice to see superhero movie be like, all right, this has still got some juice.
Yeah. And it should be interesting. The end after credit sequence, there's one where Supergirl shows up. I forget what her name is. Kara Zor-El, is that right? She shows up and picks up her dog, and she calls Clark a bitch. I think I like, but it's so like nonsensical, and you get nothing from it. I'm like, I kind of like that as a teaser. Like, there's just nothing there. Just like, yeah, fuck you.
I didn't, because it felt very much like, stay tuned, folks, for this. It's like,
see, I'm fine with that.
I just would have liked a little. The presentation didn't make me enamored to see more of this character.
Yeah, I liked it it felt comic booky in the way that I used to like comic books. I was just like, oh, you can read this one if you want. Like, somebody related to this is going to be in this comic. Pick it up if you want. I mean, it's movie, so you can't skip it, and I'm sure it'll be interconnected.
But I think that's fair, because I just went, no, thank you. I like, hey, read this one if you want. And I said, no, it's not for me.
Yeah, because one of my main complaints about the big comic book thing is you have to watch fucking everything. Not that you wouldn't be able to catch up, but to actually understand all the nuance and exactly what's going on. There's just so much fucking time invested that it sucks. I don't want to watch 3 Marvel series. I don't want to have to watch She-Hulk to understand Doomsday or whatever the fucking next one is.
Yeah. Which I love. There's been a reoccurring thing online, because they've been doing those teaser trailers for it.
Yeah.
That everyone is joking about how they're in the style of pharmaceutical ads. And I've been enjoying takes on that. Like the Chris Evans one is like a pharmaceutical ad. Like, people have put like pharmaceutical.
No, I get it. No, because I just watched that one a couple of days ago. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Anyway, I love this movie. You should watch it. Love's a strong word, but I really like this movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I've watched it 2-3 times now, and I enjoyed all of it. And not saying I'm going to go back like next week, but at some point I'm probably going to go, you know what I'm in the mood for? The Superman movie. And it's been quite a while since I had that feeling about a superhero movie that I'm like, I might just turn this on again at some point.
Good stuff.
Have you, besides this, watched anything you'd like to tell the audience about?
Yeah, it's been the Christmas season. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's been the Christmas season. So I watched a bunch of as I've mentioned earlier, the Shudder has all the BBC made A Ghost Story for Christmas. A lot of them based on M.R. James short stories. Those have been fun. Whistle and I'll Come to You, an amazing movie. It's like 40 minutes long, something like that. But that's great. The Ice House was pretty good. Watched Rare Exports with my nephew, who's like 8. It was his first R-rated movie. And we told him, are you familiar with that one at all?
That name sounds really familiar. I don't remember it though.
I think it's Norwegian. I forget who the country it's from, but it's like Santa's real, but he's evil. And that's a very glib overview of it, but it's a lot of fun. And we told him like, okay, like, because my sister and I kind of looked up why, you know, if it was going to be too gory or whatever. But she was like, if you ever want us to stop it, we can stop at any time. But he stuck through it. He had a good time. So that was fun. I watched the 2018 Grinch. Awful. Terrible. I see why kids like it, but
which one's that?
That's by the people who did like the Minions. Benedict Cumberbatch is the Grinch.
Oh, it's like animated.
Yeah, okay, it's like if you've ever seen the original Grinch and been like, God, I wish this was louder and more obnoxious. They got you covered. And the Muppet Christmas Carol, of course, is always good. Now I'm saying this, everyone is so fucking tired of Christmas now, but that's what I watched. I'm sorry.
Fun. We overlap a little bit. I watched the Jim Carrey Grinch, which I did not enjoy that much. And we did watch a Muppet Christmas Carol, which I did enjoy. And then my yearly tradition of I go to my partner's house and their roommates and stuff, and we watch all 3 Lord of the Rings extended editions. That's our Christmas tradition.
Oh, I know people that do that for New Year's.
Yeah, I mean, it's our Christmas one.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's fun. Those movies really hold up. Every time I watch them, I keep expecting them to not hold up this time, and nope. Other than a couple of weird Legolas CGI moments, still great. Lord of the Rings is, I think, the Fellowship of the Ring, I think, is the best extended one. So the other things I've been watching, partners watching Star Trek The Next Generation for the first time.
Oh, fun.
So I've been dipping into those, and season 2, better than I remember it. I usually, in my head, it's like season 3 is where it starts to get good, but there's a fair amount of season 2 goodness.
Are you going to make her listen to the episode of Green Shirt you were on?
Green Shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, not right.
Yeah.
I only got invited on one, so yeah, they can suck it. They're not going to get a fucking
Hey,
plug from me.
he introduced us to Mr. Brooks, and I can never thank Cameron enough for that.
Yeah, sure. No, I love Cameron. I just, you don't get no plugs. Anyway, you listen to whatever Green Shirts is called now.
It's still Green
What
Shirts.
is their new show called?
Well,
no,
he's got a separate show called Open Pike Night that's about Strange New Worlds.
Oh, I
gotta
didn't
go
Green
visit the
Shirts kept
set
going.
even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Big ups, Cameron.
I thought they finished Next Generation. Are they doing?
They did finish Next Generation. They're still doing Deep Space Nine Minute, and then they're doing Picard.
Oh, fun. Yeah, I mean not. So and then the main thing I want to tell the audience about. I don't like this show, but I feel compelled to finish it. So I am now caught up on Stranger Things. They are all 30. The show is terrible. Doesn't know what it's doing. It is so far away from the cute Spielberg-esque thing that season 1 was that it's hardly recognizable. I'm just watching it because I don't know why I'm watching it. Just because like I watched the other ones and I literally don't know. But the reason I bring this up, and spoiler alert for a thing you know is going to happen in the final season anyway. John, you're never going to watch the show, so it doesn't matter.
I don't give a shit.
One of the characters we know is gay, and he has a big coming out moment to all the rest of the cast, all at once. And it made me tear up, and I was fucking furious.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. That's the worst feeling.
It's not good enough for that. You do not deserve my fucking welling up, because it's a well-done scene. That kid acts the shit out of it, but this show does not deserve that. It annoys me deeply.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. But hard not recommend Stranger Things if you haven't watched it. I still love that first season, but it just declines, and they're so old, and it's not fun anymore.
It was like one of those things I kept like, I started watching it and I was like, well, I'm going to wait, see maybe my partner want to watch it. And I just kept like putting it off. And then like the more I put it off, the more everyone was getting tired of that show. So I was like, well, I'm not even going to bother. I
still recommend the first season. Super fun. It's just like, it's not worth continuing. And then real quick, Pluribus finally finished their first season. And if you have patience for slow character building, boy, watch that show. Ray Seahorn is doing magic. Like she is just so awesome. Fucking good.
I was so just taken by her in Better Call Saul, and just having more stuff where she's the focus of it and can really flex her chops.
It's so good. And
bizarre phrase.
It's not, this isn't like a spoiler, but it's like just an explanation. Like she's not particularly likable, and she's the lead, and it's like amazing, because I can't think of another show where they let the lead be a woman and not be just charming. Like it's so interesting to watch someone, because it's I to describe why she's like that would give too much away, but like there's reasons it makes sense, but it's very weird because you don't see that often on TV. And she's just doing magic work.
That's fantastic. One of these days I'll check that. I don't have Apple, but I'll watch it some way legally.
John, I would like you to tell the audience what they need to watch in the next 2 weeks, so they're prepared, they're fresh, and they're ready to go with some hot takes on John and Alex Hate Stuff. Brings you this movie.
I like that they have to have the hot take. So while we're talking, you can just say your own opinions out loud, and we won't acknowledge them, but it's a safe place where you can do that. And you just talk over us.
That's what I do during podcasts.
That's true. Yeah. I do the thing like when they can't figure out a name or something, and I know it. I just say it again and again like it matters. Anyway, for the old next episode thing that we do, we're gonna watch Begonia, the Yorgos Lanthimos movie came out last year with Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, a remake of Save the Green Planet, a Korean movie.
Oh, I did not know that.
Curious about this. I don't love Yorgos Lanthimos, so this could go either way for me. We'll see.
I'm broadly like Yorgos Lanthimos. I love Emma Stone, and Jesse Plemons is frequently very good and sometimes highly distracting. So I'm curious to see what happens.
I did see an interview with Emma Stone, because this is the one she shaved her head for, where they tried to keep it a secret for a while, but then she was wearing a wig at the Oscars or like some big award show. but she's like apparently in every like so many like behind the scenes shots or people parting shots in videos. Like you can see her talking about the wig. She's like, I can't. I'm an
really?
overshare.
Oh,
Someone's like, do you think this looks real? Or,
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that seems very her. Her interviews are quite charming. Okay, yeah. So we'll see you next time to talk about Begonia. Goodbye.
Good begonia.
Nice. High five.